There is a graveyard underground, where no body is buried with rites. No flowers are left in tribute and no names ascribed into its walls. Only broken tools and abandoned treasure bear witness to the generations who have perished trying to carve for themselves a living by digging in pits of despair, until death finally falls upon their heads and their prayers are carried away by unpredictable landslides. Their desperate petitions for life never to be heard outside, remaining with the soil, their voices still, the earth stained with their blood. Underground there is a graveyard where the air is thick with dust and wanting, and the trees on its surface no longer draw light from above. Instead, their roots source CO2 from the shallow breaths of children forced to toil wearing nothing but the skin and sweat of their parents, trapped by colonial debt, who work to purchase their rights and freedoms back from companies who have continued to profit since King Leopalds colonizers left their ancestors' arms and legs and heads to rot by rubber trees for ivory and veins of gold, and all the broken heart of Africa has got underground. There is a graveyard whose bodies go uncounted because nobody's counting. No census has been taken since 1984, so no records record the scores of women who drown every day cleaning metal in lakes of sulfuric acid, or those murdered by soldiers who use rape as a weapon of war, or the men who scrape away at rock dying slow deaths from inhaling grains of unrefined malachite. They don't count. Whilst bombs pepper the surface of Palestine and warriors with phones expose the colonizers' crimes and the world witnesses genocide with tears in her eyes, when the rain on either side of the Congo's river arrives and floods those tunnels, which spill over with the bodies of beautiful black babies working inside, who will cry for them when they drown and die, whilst we mourn the loss of those that can be seen on every TV screen, who will testify to the taking of these black lives underground, in a graveyard out of sight and out of mind. How many of us here know that our phones are powered by people imprisoned in these mines? How many of us will dig with hands and shovels for cobalt and ores, past the rotting corpses of desperate people that dared to go before? Who is willing to suffocate for the computer in their hands? Which of you would sacrifice your children to the mountains and the land? When you charge your rechargeables, your phones, your laptops, your cars, when you post about your politics or take pictures of the stars, when you book a flight online or put batteries in your children's toys, does the genocide in Congo cross your mind? Do you think about those girls and boys underground, there in that graveyard where red powers all that is green? Blood is mixed with dirt and suffering to keep our air clean, where the fight against climate change is fueled by modern-day slavery, and we sit idly in willful ignorance because it's horror we don't see, poison that we don't taste, toxins that we don't breathe, nightmares that we don't live, children that we don't grieve, mothers that we don't miss. But the crime that we commit is to know about all of this and still not give a shit.